CSS rules. So here, most common one is, right, descendant. Here, the descendant is the most common one. So we have main P. What does that mean? So if we go to our code, we can see any, it's kind of, think of descendant as a child or a grandchild or a great-grandchild. That's exactly what it sounds like. So let's say main is the parent. A child, what's inside this div? P, this is saying change to green the P, the paragraph tag, that's inside the main. That's a grandchild, a great-grandchild, a child. So here, if this is the parent, inside here we do have this P, and we do have this P. What don't we have? This P is not a child, it's not a descendant. It's not a child, grandchild, great-grandchild. It's not a descendant. It's not a descendant. You can see that it's on the same level. And this one also is on the same level. The only ones that are descendants are the ones in here. So if we only want the P's that are inside here, inside the main, to be green, we can say pound main P. And then if we go to our output, you can see on the other side of the screen, all those are green. Now, let me comment it out to show you what's a child. Well, if a descendant is anything inside, a child is, oh, I uncommented the wrong thing. A child is the one that's not a grandchild and just a child. So let's look at it. Here, the child would be here. This one is a child. This one would be a grandchild because inside here there's also a div, and inside this div there's a P. This one is not, this is a descendant, but it's not a child because this is the child. Then there's a div. Inside this new div, there's another P. It's kind of like a grandchild. So it's still a descendant, but it's definitely not a child. So if we go and reload, yes, only the child is green. Now, let me show, so that's a child. Let me show you adjacent sibling. Okay, adjacent sibling is here. So if we have children, siblings are on the same level. So this one is a sibling. This is a sibling too, but it's not adjacent because this one, adjacent means touching next to each other. So this one is definitely adjacent. This one is not adjacent, even though they are siblings. So let's go. We're going to check adjacent sibling. And you notice that, so you have the space for descendant, child, you have the greater than symbol, and you have the plus for adjacent. So we're going to do the plus for adjacent, reload, and now we can see the adjacent sibling, not the one that was far away that had, this one had the heading in between, but only the one that's touching the adjacent sibling. We can also do here, I'm going to do the general sibling, which is all siblings, whether they're adjacent or not adjacent, they should be green. So any sibling, adjacent or not, and then you can see that the adjacent one and the not adjacent one are both now green. So you can use these tags. Actually, there's one more I want to show you. I want to show you that you can put these in the same line too. So you can say, let's say I'll do this, H1, comma, P, color green. You can say, instead of having H1 color green, P color green, you can separate by comma and do as many things as you want if they have the same properties. Here. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, it did work. They're all paragraphs and they're all headings. Okay, so here I just said all paragraphs and headings. That's the only thing there is here to be green. So instead of saying it as two separate things, you can put commas and have as many as you want.